Hello, beautiful learners. Hopefully, you're doing great, and I'm also good by the grace of Almighty. So, now we are going to practice IELTS listening test or IELTS listening module, whatever you say. So, after practicing with me, I think it will help you a lot to achieve your desired band score. So, we'll just practice it. Uh, with answer and proper explanation. So don't worry, I will write the answer in the screen and I will explain the fact so that you can understand it easily. Okay. So before going to start our class, I need to check out the sound quality so that I can deliver a good session, and that will help you a lot, I think. So just give me a few seconds. I just need to check the sound quality.
You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to answer questions on what you hear.
So I think the sound is good enough, so we can start our class now. Okay. So I think you can hear me properly. So I need to maybe check the sound. Maybe it's okay. So let's check it again.
To check your work after each section. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. Write all your answers on the listening question booklet. At the end of the real test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers from the question booklet to an answer sheet. You should be prepared to do this with the practices.
To transfer your answers from
Now
the question
turn to
book.
section 1.
Okay, so the sound is good enough, so
Section
we
1.
can start
In
our.
this section, you will hear
Okay.
a series of telephone conversations between an overseas student.
So before going to start, I just need to just introduce this module to you properly so that you can understand everything perfectly. Oh no. Okay. So here in listening module, there are 4 modules. Maybe. So each module have 10 questions, and we have to complete them. Okay. So we'll just one by one. We'll just solve one by one them, and so now we are going to solve or practice part 1. So here here there is a instruction for us. So let's read it. Okay. No more than 3 words and or a number. Okay. So we cannot write more than 3 words. Okay. So let's move on. So they just provided us a what should I say? It's a sample question, and let's check it. Okay.
And some people involved in turn. He wants to confirm some information for an international conference on computing technology. First, you will have some time to look at questions 1 to 10. There is an example which has been done for you. On this occasion, only the conversation relating to this will be played first.
New South Wales University, good morning.
Oh, good morning. Can you put me through to the School of Computing Technology, please?
Certainly.
The operator responds, New South Wales University. So, New South Wales is provided in the space.
Okay, so I hope you got the question and the answer. So now let's practice with part 1, and we will start from question number 1. Okay, so here question number 1 is conference start date. So we need, maybe they will talk about date, and we have to write down it here. Okay, so let's hear it.
As you listen, because you now listen to
University, good.
computing technology, please.
Certainly. School of Computing Technology, Professor Dorfman's office.
Oh, good morning. I was wondering if you could give me some information about the forthcoming Computing Technology 25th Conference. Dates, enrollment procedures, cost, that sort of thing.
Certainly.
When exactly is the conference?
Well, the conference runs for 4 days from the 15th to the 18th of September.
So I hope you got the answer. She was saying that the conference runs for 4 days from the 15th to the 18th of September. So we are just looking for the starting date. Okay, so she said that it will start 15th September. Okay, 15th September. Okay, I hope you got it. Then next, move on. Conference location. Okay, maybe they will talk about location or place, whatever. Let's listen it.
15th to 18th September. Oh, good. I'll still be here then, and, where exactly is it being held? Is it at the university as in previous years?
No, it's actually being held at the Pacific Hotel. We've rather outgrown the university conference facilities.
So I hope you got it. She was saying that it will be held in Pacific Hotel. Pacific, oh, Pacific Hotel. HOTEL, Pacific Hotel. Okay.
So we've opted for this new venue.
Right, Paradise Hotel.
No, Pacific Hotel.
So you heard it maybe twice, because you was saying it's a Paradise Hotel, and she said no, it's Pacific Hotel. So twice they said, she said. Okay. So next, let's move on. Yeah, the third question is recurring for reservation phone number. So we have to maybe write telephone number. Okay, let's hear it.
Oh, right. And presumably we can get accommodation at the hotel.
Yes, but you'll need to contact them directly to arrange that. I'll give you the number for hotel reservations. Have you got a pen ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's area code 07 and then 9444 1233.
079 444 1233. And what's the registration?
So I think it's super easy to check the answer. I hope you got it. Okay, so it's super easy. as simple as. So next question, let's move on to the next question. Here is the question number 4, student trait. Maybe they will talk about something about okay, so we need to the last one. Okay,
Fee.
Individual fees are $360 for the 4 days or $100 a day if you only wanted to attend for 1 day.
Are there any student concessions?
Oh, sure. There's a 50% concession for students, and that's $180 for the 4 days or $50 a day.
And am I too late to offer to...
so she was saying that $50. So here is the dollar sign. I think you saw it. You see it, $50 a day. Okay. So in the question number 5, contact person. Okay, maybe they will, she will, they will talk about a person's name or something else, like I think.
to give a talk?
Oh, I'm pretty sure you've missed the deadline for that.
Oh, really? But I've only just arrived here in Australia. Is there any way I could have a paper accepted?
Well, you'd need to talk to Professor Dorfman. He's the person organising the conference this year. I can put you through if you'd like.
Oh, yes, please. That'd be great. Oh, and can I just check the spelling of his name? Is that Dorfman?
Yes, that's correct.
Before the conversation continues,
So I hope you get the answer. She was saying that you need to talk to Professor Dorfman. So he just spell it. Okay. So you can write also it's Professor Professor Dorfman. So I just don't need to write Professor, I think. So if you wish to, you can write. Okay. So I just write it, wrote it Professor. Sorry, Dorfman. Okay. So let's move on to the next question next, and question number 6. Okay, it's John Helaton, a computing technology student from blah blah university. So let's hear it.
you will have another chance to look at questions 6 to 10. Name's John Houston. I'm a computing technology student at London University. I'm here in Australia for 3 months, looking at educational
So he was saying that he's from Australia, but he's the student of technology in London University. So here, that's why I wrote the London. Okay, I hope you got it. So let's move on to the question number 7. Closing date for talking. So here also we are going to date, closing date. Okay.
application of computing and information technology. Right. I'm interested in giving a talk on my research at the conference, but I believe I may have missed the deadline. Well, strictly speaking, you have. The closing date was last Friday. Oh no.
So he was saying that the closing date was last Friday. So we need to write here last, oh no, last Friday. Okay, I hope you got it. It's super easy, as simple. So in question number 8, send outline. Yes, send outline including blah blah. So let's listen it.
No. But we may be able to include your paper if it fits into our program. But you'll have to be quick. Okay, what do I need to do? Send me an outline of your talk and make sure you include an interesting title for the talk.
So he was saying that make sure that you include an interesting title. So here we just need to write interesting. Oh no, why it's not working? Interesting title. Interesting title. Okay, let's move on. Also send something else. Maybe they will talk about
Something to attract the delegate's attention. Okay, interesting title. Right. The outline should be no more than 300 words though. Right. I should be able to keep it down to 300 words, but would 400 be okay? No, not really, because we have to print it in the proceedings, and we just don't have the space. Sure, I understand. And also, can you send me a short CV? The usual stuff.
So he was saying that can you send me a short CV? So I think it will be maybe short CV. So before going to make sure the answer, we need to maybe listen more.
Name, age, qualifications, that sort of thing. Right.
So maybe it's we got the answer. The answer would be short CV. Okay, short CV. So here maybe they will talk about an email address. So here maybe we don't need to the whole email address because there is a part of this email, so we just need to maybe just some letters. Okay, so let's hear it.
Include a brief CV. Actually, you can email it to me. That is
So he was saying that brief CV, and before we just heard it that short CV. So brief CV and short CV, I think the same. So we can also write it brief CV. Okay, don't need to be panic. It's clear.
should be quicker. Sure. What's your email address? Well, the best thing would be to send it to the conference administrative officer. The address is admin in lowercase, you know, in small letters. Right. So, that's A.
So he was saying that it would be admin and letter or lowercase. Maybe he will say he will spell it.
EDMIN at anuconf.edu.au.
Okay, so sometime they will just pronunciate the what should I say, the word, or sometime they will also spell the word. So in this case we saw that they pronunciate the word and also spelled the word. So maybe this will not be always. Okay, so you just need to write exactly what they said. Okay, so that's all about our part 1. Now we are going to practice with part 2, and here is the another instruction for us: no more than 3 words. Okay, so here in question number 11, the Chinese used ginger particularly for. So ginger particularly used, Chinese used ginger particularly for. Okay, let's hear it.
Right. That is the end. As you listen, answer questions 11 to 20. Now listen carefully and answer questions 11 to 14. Hello and welcome to Cooking Corners. And this week we're looking at the most versatile and aromatic of plants. A fairly recent addition to the list of Australian agricultural produce, but nevertheless a great favourite today: ginger. And in the studio to tell us all about it is Jennifer Johnson.
Ginger is one of my personal favourite spices, and I've got a number of wonderful recipes to share with you later on in the programme. So, what is ginger? Well, actually, it's a spicy tasting root with an aromatic flavour. It's related to the bamboo family and has 100 different uses in the kitchen. The Chinese have cultivated it for years, particularly to use in medicine, though you...
So she was saying that to particularly used for medicine. Okay, so here will be the answer will be medicine. Medicine. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the question number 12. The ginger was first grown in blah blah. So let's hear it. Ginger was first grown in. Okay.
You are probably more familiar with its culinary uses. But first, let's take a brief look at its history before we look at how it can be used, because it has a very interesting history. Ginger originated in the southern provinces of China and in India, where...
So she was saying that ginger originated in the southern province to China of China and India. So here she just said the name of two countries. So the answer will be China and India. China, India. Okay. Oh no, China and India. Okay. So don't need to be panic. You can also first India and then China. It's all about it's all depend on you. Okay. In question number 13, we are going to spicy traders were able to get blah blah for ginger. Okay, traders. Okay, we just need to highlight traders able to get. Okay, let's hear it.
where it had been used in medicine and food for over 5,000 years. The early traders who came upon the plant took it to many parts of the world, such as Nigeria, the West Indies, Central America, East Africa, and even Indonesia. Ginger became extremely popular because of its exotic aromatic properties and was highly valued by spice traders in the 17th century. The plant took it to many parts of the world, such as Nigeria, the West Indies, Central America, East Africa, and even Indonesia. Ginger became extremely popular because of its exotic aromatic properties and was highly valued by spice traders in the 17th and 18th centuries because they were able to sell it back in Europe for a very good price.
So she was saying that they were able to sell it back in Europe for a very good price. So here the answer would be a good price. Okay, a good price. Don't need to be right very. I think a good price. So if you're going to write a very good, maybe they a very good. So she just said this. So if you would like to, so here the instruction is no more than she was. So we cannot write. There is you can see that there is a 4 words already. So we can it's the wrong answer, I think. So we just we can skip very. Okay, very good price. So here it obeys the requirement. Okay. Okay, so let's listen it for question number 14. Okay, ginger was introduced to Australia in the dash century. So maybe here it will be a year, maybe, or a number. I think ginger was introduced to Australia. Introduced to Australia. Okay, let's hear it.
Although Australia is now the largest producer of ginger in the world, it wasn't grown in Australia until the early 20th century.
Okay, so she was saying that it wasn't grown in Australia until the early 20th century. So, uh, so we can say that it introduced to Australia in 20th century, because before then it was not introduced to Australia, as she said. Okay, so here's the question number 15 to 17, and here is also another rules for us: no more than 3 words. Okay, we also here we also can write 3 words here. Okay,
Now listen to the rest of the talk.
so let's just read the box. Ginger production in Australia. Okay, so okay, cause and effect. Maybe the reason here in this column, and in the right column effect. Okay, so question number 15: high rainfall in Queensland. Maybe because of high rainfall, maybe they produce lots of production, maybe. Okay, let's hear it.
And answer questions 15 to 20.
An area about 100 kilometres north of Brisbane in Queensland earlier this century. The comparatively high rainfall and humidity in this area produce conditions which are perfect for growing.
Okay, she said that so high rainfall okay, she was saying that high rainfall was beneficial or perfect for the production. So here the answer would be perfect. 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 Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Okay, high blah blah. Here also high blah blah, and which Australia um, Australian ginger was not price competitive. Okay, so let's listen it.
Ginger, so it became well established. But in the early days, the relatively high cost of production placed
High cost of production. High cost of production. Production. High cost of production. Okay, so high cost of production.
disadvantage in the market by comparison with the much cheaper ginger produced by other countries with lower production costs.
Okay, I think you got the answer. And question number 17: supplies of ginger run low, maybe because of bad reason, I think. So let's listen it.
Then, in 1941, the supply of ginger to Australia started to run out. Remember, this was in the middle of the Second World War, when everything was in short supply.
So she was saying that maybe because of Second World War, the supplies of ginger was run low. So let's listen it again. I think it would be helpful for us.
This was in the middle of the Second World War, started to run out. Remember, this was in the middle of the Second World War, when 41, the supply of ginger to Australia started to run out. Remember, this was in the middle of the Second World War, when everything was in short supply.
Yeah, she was saying that. Remember, this was in the middle of the middle of the Second World War, when everything was in short supply and supplies of ginger uh, run low. So it's the same. So the answer would be Second World War. Okay. Second. Oh no. World War. Okay. So here the another instruction for us, no more than 3 words. Okay, question 18 to 20. Cooperative use formed with okay blah blah and two wooden form. Okay, they are here maybe they will share a amount wooden bust to wooden bust just 40% ginger is used in. Okay, let's listen it.
This provided a perfect opportunity for the Queensland growers to expand their production and sales. 5 local farmers got together and formed a cooperative association in a place called Buderim. They started with only £25 between them.
25 pound. Okay, here's the pound sign. 25 pounds.
That was in the days when Australian currency was pounds, not dollars. So they set up the company with 2 wooden vats and 14 tons of raw ginger. But they went on to become the most...
Okay, 14 tons of ginger she was saying. So here 14 of raw ginger. Okay, so it's similar. Okay, and then let's move on.
successful ginger farmers in the world. In fact, nearly all the world's ginger now comes from the Buderim ginger factory in Queensland. 40% of the production is used in Australia.
So she was saying that 40% of the production used in Australia. Okay, maybe you got it. Australia. 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 So that's all about our part 2. Now we are going to practice with part 3. Okay, I hope you are enjoying this session and you are getting the answer. Okay, so here's the another instruction for us, no more than 3 words for each answer. Okay, just remember this.
Now listen carefully and answer questions.
Okay, let's find out the keyword for question number 21. Scientists want to know whether global warming is caused by blah blah. Okay, scientists want whether global warming is caused by blah blah. Let's listen it.
21.
Blow people's minds. Why do you think that is?
Yes, in a way you're right. I think scientists have become occupied with the task of trying to find out whether it really is happening and, if so, whether it's caused by human activities.
So he was saying that scientists was finding out it whether it's happening on also whether it's happening for or causing for human activities. Okay, I hope you got the answer. Oh no, why it's not working? Human activities activities, human activities. Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next question number 22. So here, insulation may cause the earth to blah blah. Insulation, okay. Insulation may the earth cause to, okay. Let's listen it.
A greenhouse effect is, after all, a natural phenomenon.
Yes, as we know, naturally occurring gases float above us, acting as insulators that prevent heat being radiated into space.
And the fear is that the insulation might get thicker.
Yeah,
So she was saying that the insulation might get thicker, maybe. Okay, let's listen again.
yes. And because of this, the Earth might get warmer.
Okay, so because of this, the earth might get warmer. Okay, war warmer warmer. Okay, and there are many blah blah on the global climate. There are many blah blah on the global climate. Let's listen it.
The latest prediction we've heard is that the temperature will increase by about a third of a degree every 10 years. What are your feelings?
Well, this prediction is difficult to make. You see, the global climate is the result of a web of influences.
Okay, so he's saying that the global he's saying that the global climate is the result of a web of influence. So what do you think the answer can be? Yeah, it says there are many blah blah on the global climate. Let's listen it again.
You see, the global climate is the result of a action is difficult to make. You see, the global climate is the result of a web of influences. Who is to
A web of influences. He was saying that the global climate is the result of a web of influences. So a web of influences, and many influences are the same. So here the answer would be influences. 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 So let's move on for question number 24. The blah blah does not remain static. Okay.
say that a simple action, such as adding carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, will not have several effects which might even cancel each other out?
And I understand that the prediction is hard to verify whatever.
Precisely.
Why is that?
Because the Earth's temperature surges and subsides naturally. In fact, the best way of detecting...
So he was saying that the earth temperature surges as and subsides naturally. So that means it's not It's not remain the static. Okay, so let's listen it again what the answer can be.
Temperature surges. Precisely.
And I understand that the prediction is hard to verify, whatever.
Precisely.
Why is that?
Because the Earth's temperature surges and subsides naturally.
Okay, so she was asking that I understand that the prediction is hard to verify whether whatever weather. Okay, so and he was saying that precisely, that means exactly. So and she was asking that why, and he replied that the earth temperature surges and subsides naturally. So the answer could be earth temperature. Okay, because it's not remain the static, it's changing. Okay, the earth temperature surges and subsides naturally. So the here the answer would be the temperature. Temperature. Tem no, we don't need to. Oops, what is our answer? Okay, so we was so let's
You will hear a number of. Now listen carefully and.
so here the answer would be temperature. Temper. Okay, maybe we can get our answer. Oh no, the answer is gone. It's no more. So okay, don't need to look for the answer. We just practiced it. It's all thing, I think.
You will hear a number.
So the earth temperature. Okay, so we are going to hear temperature. Temperature, earth temperature. Okay, and then let's move on to the question number 25.
Now
Native
difficult
10 years.
to the air out.
And I understand that the prediction.
Because the Earth's temperature surges.
So yeah, we cannot understand the global climate without understanding blah blah. We cannot understand the global climate without understanding. Okay, let's highlight it.
And subsides naturally. In fact, the best way of detecting global temperature change is to measure the temperature of the oceans as accurately as possible.
And this avoids the sort of seasonal fluctuations of the temperature of landmass.
Yes, in fact, an understanding of the oceans is crucial to understanding how the global climate works.
Okay, so he was saying that understanding of the ocean is crucial to understand how the global climate works. So here it says we cannot understand the global climate without understanding blah blah. So and he was saying understanding the ocean, understanding of the ocean. So here the answer can be the ocean. Ocean. O-C-E-A-N-S. Ocean. Okay.
Now listen to the rest of.
Yeah. Okay. So another instruction for us: more than no more than 3 words for each answer. Okay. So method used to measure temperature, and right side location of instrument. Okay. So here for the question number 26, when the water is drawn through the blah blah of ships, water is drawn through the, let's listen it.
Of the talk carefully and answer questions 26 to 30.
And now, I understand you are looking at ways of refining this measurement of ocean temperature.
Yes, for a long time we've measured it by placing thermometers in buoys bobbing in the oceans, and also when ships draw water through their engines.
So you are saying that when the ships draw water through the engine, that means, yeah, the answer would be engine. Okay. E-N-G-I-N-E. Engine. Engines. Okay, let's listen it one more time.
In the oceans, and also when ships draw water through their engines.
Okay, I hope you got the answer. Engines of ship. Okay. And for question number 27, ASTR intra-red director, blah blah. Okay, let's listen it.
It's also been done by satellite, hasn't it?
Yes, but now data from a more promising system is being collected. This is the European Along-Track Scanning Radiometer, or ATSR, a much simpler name. The ATSR orbits the Earth above us.
And what stage are you at?
So he was saying that Esther, we just, here's the information that Esther is Esther in infrared detector, and he said that the star orbits the Earth above us. So yeah, it just said that instrument. Okay. So here also we can predict the answer from this in the sea, so maybe here the answer would be same as or something, a place maybe. So let's listen it again.
The ATSR orbits the Earth above us.
And what's
Okay, he was saying that the ATSR orbits the Earth above, so the answer could be on the Earth. Okay, on the Earth above, that means not in the Earth but on the Earth, on the EARTH, the Earth. Okay, let's move on to the question number 18 to 30.
Now listen to the rest of the talk carefully.
So here another which, okay, choose the three letters A to F. Which three advantages of the star ATSR are mentioned by Dr. Parkinson? Okay, so which we just need to select three answer. Okay, let's listen it and select them.
And answer questions 26 to 30.
And now, I understand you are looking at ways of refining this measurement of ocean temperature.
Yes, for a long time we've measured it by placing thermometers in buoys bobbing in the oceans, and also when ships draw water through their engines.
It's also been done by satellite, hasn't it?
Yes, but now data from a more promising system is being collected. This is the European Along-Track Scanning Radiometer, or ATSR, a much simpler name. The ATSR orbits the Earth above us.
And what stage are you at with this?
Well, it's been up there 2.5 years now. It's an infrared detector that senses the Earth's temperature with great accuracy, and this is what we need.
So you are saying that with great accuracy, maybe Esther has a great accuracy when it temperature on the earth when it just um, take the earth temperature. Okay, so with a great accuracy. So here let's check, is there any of them we can match, located to place measures very accurately. Okay, I think this is the answer. Okay, let's.
We have to be able to separate out random changes in temperature.
I believe there are other advantages as well.
There are several. Every few days it covers the entire Earth, so it produces large quantities
So you were saying that it produces large quantity. Okay, let's listen it maybe again.
of data. It measures the temperature, so it produces large quantities of data.
So he said it produces large quantity of data. So let's check, here is another. Okay, so here the answer, produce large amount of data. Yeah, let's listen for the another one.
It measures the temperature from two angles, which allows correction for any effects that the intervening atmosphere may be having on its readings. Its field of view has a width of 500 kilometers. It measures the temperature from two angles, which allows correction for any effects that the intervening atmosphere may be having on its readings. Its field of view has a width of 500 kilometers, and it measures the temperature to 0.3.
Okay, I think the answer can be it. He was saying that it its field of view has a width of 500 kilometers, so it can view 500 kilometers at a time. Okay, I think this is the answer. So let's add this all about our part 3. Now let's jump into part 4, and here's the instruction for us. No more than 3 words. Okay, now we are going to look for question number 31 to 40. So let's move on. Okay, how to make personal control of one's health. Okay, they are blush health, blah blah, should take charge of their health.
3 degrees centigrade.
And it should go on for years?
Yes.
Thank you.
Check your answer. Now listen carefully and answer.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Pat Plant, and I'm here to talk to you about preventative medicine in its widest and most personal aspects. In other words, I'm here to tell you how the patients should wrest control of their health.
So she was saying that how the patient should rest control of their health. So patient, I think patient should be the answer. Patient, patient, P-I-E-N-T is patience. Okay, patience. Okay, let's move on to the question number 32. The single greatest threat to health is let's check it.
Away from the practitioners of medicine and take charge of their own medical destiny. I want to talk about staying out of the hands of the doctor. When a patient takes responsibility for her or his own health, and let's decide the patient is male for now, men are in fact more at risk than women anyway. When the patient takes over his own health regime, he must decide what he wants to do. The first thing, of course, is to give up the demon nicotine. Smoking is the worst threat to health, and it's self-inflicted.
Okay, I think we got the answer here. She said that smoking is the worst threat to health. So here it said greatest. So greatest and worst. The two words are superlative. So I think the answer would be smoking. Okay, smoking. Okay, smoking. Okay, let's move on. The group who was at the most risk early death is blah blah. The group who was risk. Let's check it.
damage. I have colleagues who are reluctant to treat smokers. If you want to stay well, stay off tobacco and smoking in all its manifestations. Our department has recently completed a survey of men's health. We looked at men in different age groups and occupations, and we came up with a disturbing insight. Young men, particularly working class men, are at considerable risk of premature death.
Okay, she was saying that young men, particularly working class men, are at considerable risk. So young men, I think the answer should be maybe they're young men. Y-O-U-N-C, young men. Okay, the answer would be young men. Okay, young man. Oh, there is not a man as man. Okay, let's move on to the question number 34. Heavy smoking. Okay, heavy smoking. So there is possible causes are drinking too much alcohol, having smoking. Okay, I think these are the keywords for the question. Okay, let's listen it.
Because of their lifestyle. As a group, they have high risk factors. They drink too much alcohol, they smoke more heavily than any other group, their diet is frequently heavy in saturated fats, and they don't get enough exercise. We did a smaller survey in which we looked at environmental factors which affect health. We did a study in saturated fats, any other group. Their diet is frequently heavy in saturated.
Their diet. She was talking their diet was frequently heavy. So the answer could be their diet. Diet. Okay. Okay, how many words we can write here? No more than 3. Okay, we can write here 3. Their diet. Their diet too heavy. Okay, the diet heavy. THE. You can also maybe write diet heavy. So I'm just as they allow me to write more than no more than 3 words. That's why I'm writing 3 words there. Diet, DIET, diet. Their diet. Happy, HEPY, happy. Or maybe we can write happy diet, happy DIET, diet, happy diet. I think the second one is good to see, so let's happy diet, it would be better, I think. Okay, let's move on. No adequate exercise. Okay, environmental factor affecting health, air or water pollution. The threat of the threat of blah blah is most underrated. Let's listen it.
Rated fats, and they don't get enough exercise. We did a smaller survey in which we looked at environmental factors which affect health. I had privately expected to find air or water pollution to be the biggest hazards, and they must not be ignored. However, the effects of the sun emerged as a threat which people simply do not take sufficiently seriously.
Okay, maybe she was talking about a threat that people don't take it and didn't take it seriously. Let's listen it again.
As a threat or pollution to be the biggest hazards, and they must not be ignored. However, the effects of the sun emerged as a threat which people simply do not take sufficiently seriously.
So he was saying, however, the effect of the sun emerged as a threat. Okay, so what do you think the answer could be? I think the answer could be sun, the threat of sun. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 36. A well-founded education campaign will help enhance something. Education campaign help enhance. Okay, let's listen it.
Please remember that too much sunlight can cause permanent damage. Given this information and the self-destructive things which people, particularly young men, are doing to themselves, one could be excused for feeling very depressed. However, I believe that a well-funded education campaign will help us improve public health standards.
Okay, she said that here health health standard. Okay, improved. She said that education campaign will help us improve. So here she say here it's enhance, and she said improve. So enhance and improve are same word, synonym each other, synonym word, I think. So, and he said also improve public health standard. So what should be the answer, you think? Public health. Yeah, the answer should be public health. Public HELPH, public health. Okay, let's move on. And many illnesses could be prevented by. Illnesses could be prevented by blah blah. Let's listen.
And will be particularly valuable for young men. I'm an optimist. I see things improving, but only if things that you as students can do to improve your fitness. Justification to everything I say. People will still get sick, and they will still need doctors. This advice is just to reduce the incidence of sickness. It would be great if disease was preventable, but it's not. However,
Let's listen it again.
great advice sick, and they will still need doctors. This advice is just to reduce the incidence of sickness. It would be great if disease was preventable, but it's not. However, we have power. In the late 1980s, the Surgeon General of the United States said that 53% of our illnesses could be avoided by healthy lifestyle choices.
Okay, she was saying that 53% of our illnesses could be avoided by healthy lifestyle choices. Here, avoided and prevented are the same word, I think. In this case, not always. So, should be could be avoided by which? By healthy lifestyle. So the answer would be healthy lifestyle. Okay. Healthy lifestyle. Healthy lifestyle choice. You can also yeah, you can write healthy lifestyle choice. Choices, healthy lifestyle choices. Healthy lifestyle choices. Okay, let's move on to the question number 38. Do exercise for blah blah. Exercise for blah blah. So you may find someone to join you. Okay.
I now want to discuss these choices with you. You should try to make keeping fit fun. It's very hard to go out and do exercise by
Oh no. Let's listen it again.
keeping fit fun. It's very hard to go out and do Try to make I now want to discuss these choices with you. You should try to make keeping fit fun. It's very hard to go out and do
So she was saying that you should try to make keeping fit fun. So what do you think the answer should be? The answer is here, I think. You should practice. He said you should try to make keeping fit fun. So, and here the sentence says, do exercise for what? For fun. Okay, for fun. Okay, question number 39. Make adequate blah blah prevent short injury. Make adequate. Okay, make adequate prevent short injury. Sports injury. So let's listen it.
exercise by yourself. So it's wise to find a sport that you like and do it with other people. If you swim, you can consider scuba diving or snorkeling. If you jog, try to find a friend to go with. If you walk, choose pretty places to walk or have a reason for walking. Your exercise regime should be a pleasure, not a penance. The university is an excellent place to find other people who share sporting interests with you, and there are many sports teams you can join. This, unfortunately, raises the issue of sports injuries, and different sports have characteristic injuries. As well as accidental injuries, we find repetitive strain injuries occurring in sports where the same motion is frequently performed, like rowing and squash. The parallel in working life is repetitive strain injury, which may be suffered by typists or other people who perform the same action hour after hour, day after day. In this context, therefore, the most important thing to remember before any sport is to warm up adequately.
So she was saying that make adequate in this sense, just make adequate blah blah prevent sports injury. And she was saying that the most important thing to remember before any sports is to warm up adequately. Do or start exercising. Okay, so yeah, the answer could be, what should you think? What do you think? Warm up. Okay, warm up. Warm up. Warm up. Okay, reduce injuries by using blah blah techniques. Reduce injuries by using blah blah techniques.
Do stretching exercises and aim at all times to increase your flexibility. Be gentle with yourself and allow time to prepare for the game you have chosen to play. Don't be fooled by the term warm-up, by the way. It's every bit as important to do your warm-up exercises on a hot day as on a cool one. I think one of the recognitions is that all sports can borrow from each other. Many sports programs are now encouraging players to use cross-training techniques.
Okay. Wow. Where can we write the answer? Warm up. Okay, so here maybe it's a technical problem. So here we have to write the answer. The answer would be cross training techniques. Okay, cross training techniques. So here we need to just cross training techniques. Okay, so that's all about our practice session, and tomorrow we will practice another exam. I hope you will with me always to practice with me, and if you continue practice with me, I think it will be helpful for you a lot, and you will be able to achieve your desired band score, I think. So that's all about our today's lesson, and hopefully see you tomorrow with another practice test. So that's all about our lesson. Again, thank you to supporting me, and we'll meet tomorrow with another practice test. So bye for now. Bye bye.